Sit.
Good girl.
Good girl.
Not going to be very impressive before video because she's too good.
No, I think the Sam was almost did not want me to have the e-collar on her because every situation where, see how she struggles holding a command. Sit. Every situation where we've had her around other people since we've gotten this e-collar, she puts on a good show for everybody. And then it's when we're walking with her alone, just random times, she'll lunge out at someone. Like I guarantee if I took her around those workers or those workers approached her, she would lunge at them. So it's very unpredictable as far as when she's going to, I don't know if attack is the right word, but just kind of like guard her territory.
And it's barking and growling as well with the lunge.
She's Marley. Here, I'll demonstrate the tone recall here for her. Come. Come. Wow. Here. Sit.
She's giving you like 30%.
Yeah. And that's if she won't bark and growl and get hyped up if someone new comes by. She almost like lures them in, acting really calmly, and then as soon as they get close enough, that's when she strikes. But if people keep a good distance like you are right now and they don't pay her any attention, then she's just fine.
So if I were to reach down and try to pet her,
it really depends on the person because there are people who are dog people who have come up and just started petting her right off the bat. Marley, sit. But if I turn up the correction and she knows I'm serious, then she'll listen. Mm-hmm. But it depends on how much intensity I give her. Mm-hmm. If I really let her know I'm serious, then she'll follow the direction. But anyway, so people who are dog people, they'll come right up to her and just start petting her and she's fine. Other people will come up and they'll go to pet her and go too soon and she'll try to strike. Mm-hmm. Some very interesting stories based on your videos. The one you had with, I think it was Buddy about how to meet a dog. Mm-hmm. When it was our very last session with Off Leash Canine, this girl, the trainer that she had a dog that was just like Buddy, except he was a little bit younger. He wasn't as like neurotic, but not paying attention to humans whatsoever and pretty dangerous. Mm-hmm. And she was hesitant to bring the dog out around Marley, but Marley did great, did not react at all. And I said, all right, I'm gonna put this to the test. And everyone was like, no, don't do it, this dog's gonna bite you. And I was like, no, I'm gonna do it. So the dog was maybe at the crest of the shadow there. And I kneeled down like this, not facing it at all. And I said, I'm just gonna take what the dog gives me. I'm not gonna pay it any attention at all. Comes right up to me, puts its snout right in my face, touching me. And I'm just like, oh God, this was a really bad idea. And I'm just like, don't move, don't show any emotion, just take what it gives you. And what seemed like an eternity of him staring in my face, he just said, okay, and then walked away. So I kind of took that same mentality with other people when they started meeting her. I said, just take what the dog gives you. Don't try to pet her until I tell you to. Mm-hmm. And of course, they didn't wait till I told them. They started petting her beforehand and she would react. Mm-hmm. But other people that have followed the directions, she's either licked their hand and given them the okay signal and she's pet them and it's been just fine. Mm-hmm. But other people, she's sniffed them and then walked away and it's all she was willing to give.
Yeah.
So she's just really, really iffy with people. And I think for us, we want her to be a dog where we can take her everywhere with us mm-hmm. and do things with her. But we need that sense of reliability where if I walk past someone on the sidewalk and she's not okay with them, she's not going to lunge out and try to attack them.
Yeah.
She was super reactive with everything. We'd be walking on the sidewalk. She's going through 3 different homes, 2 different foster homes. And she would lunge and react at cars. She was really dog reactive on leash. And I think we've pretty much gotten her out of that.
What was the reason she kept being given up?
So she's from Texas, and I'm guessing that the people who had her there just were either moving or she didn't fit into their life anymore, or they didn't want to deal with her since she wasn't a puppy. She came to Virginia with Forever Home out of DC. A girl got her just out of college in Winchester, and it was just too much for her to handle. And she spoke of a lot of similar problems where her roommate didn't like the dog because Marley would growl at her and be defensive, which is understandable. Also, the other foster home person had similar sentiments and problems with her. And I had never dealt with a dog that was like that before, so I was like, I don't know if I can handle this.
Mm-hmm.
And then here, come, sit,
She likes that fake sniffing.
down, yes, and fake scratching.
Yeah, it's all just to get out of work.
Definitely. Down. Good girl, even though that's uncomfortable. So yeah, and then, but when we found the e-collar, I mean, it really changed her overnight as far as like how livable we could be with her.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, if I could go back and just tell myself back in December, just stay with the path, because I mean, it was a miracle.
Yeah.
We made it this far. It's kind of an emotional day because how tough it was in like December and January. It was really hard at my mom's house just because she can't stay calm, and we were snowed in at my mom's house over Christmas. And this was before I had her like off leash. It really was a really tough holidays. I was miserable. I just want to go back home.
Yeah, I cannot imagine, because some of these dogs.
Off leash reliable, and probably about 2 to 3 weeks with the tone recall. And there are kids there that go and play, other people that play, and I'm fully comfortable letting her off leash because I really took to the idea of claiming resources first. If she's gone over to sniff people and I know she's not reliable enough to do that, and they haven't invited her, so I'll give her a correction and say no, and she's respecting that I claim that resource. And the full open field, she can be 200 yards away, and if I tone beep her, she comes right back. So she is very reliable with that, and we really put a lot of time into her daily exercise. That's not the problem. Sam takes her for like a 10-minute walk and 20 minutes of fetch every morning, and then I do the same thing in the evening. So she's getting off leash time. She would run and touch the chuck it ball until she died. She loves fetch. So
you guys are just looking for us to close the gaps.
That's the way I've explained it to people. I think most people would look at her and be like, that's a pretty normal dog. And I tell them, look at it like the foundation of a house. You want it to be smooth and symmetrical. Yeah. She's got these big chunks and dips, and we need her to make it, or we need Julie's to make it nice. And
Josh will find the holes.
Exactly.
For sure.
Exactly.